It is time. We're back. I missed you. Hello. As you can see, I've already re-gone over the sketch. So we're just gonna work on making this look nice. And a little bit more accurate to the actual outfit. So. Let's make Riddle look pretty. Hmm. Yeah, we got too much lag today. Oops. We're just gonna leave this up. Sadly, I can't do much with this computer anymore. I'm getting very weary about it, and it worries me. Because it's like, at some point, I gotta get a new laptop. But at the same time, it's like, I can't afford one. And I have to, like, reset everything. At least I already have an external hard drive to put stuff in. Mainly 3D files. My Blender files. Although I guess for the laptop I probably should get rid of like all of my Blender stuff onto the external. That might help. I don't know if that will. But hey, I'm back. Things happened yesterday. I do not control the things that happened in my life. Except for streaming, I guess. It's easier to focus on what you can do. But yeah, Riddle also did not show up. I'm very sad. Especially because I like how Ortho and Riddle's cards turned out this year. I mean, they always turn out really good, honestly. Isn't it nice when your favorite character is also the fan favorite? I think I said that wrong. We're probably gonna be here for a while. I was like trying to figure out how jackets work again. Isn't that fun? I'm just gonna try something a little different. Maybe try and draw where the jacket is first before I try the collar. Let's see if that makes any difference. Those are also annoying to draw. I'm not good at drawing fabric. In a more detailed way. I try to keep things simple for my brain. I'll try to add the appropriate wrinkles. We're locking in. It is time to lock in. I don't want the jacket to get too in the way. Bestie! Welcome back! Oh no! It is good news. So I downloaded Twist and got one SSR. My husband Leona, but deleted it because it took up too much space. Oh no! Oh, that sucks. You finally had your beautiful husband. But storage said no. That's okay. I wasn't here yesterday. Also, I did book 1. Yay! Finally getting to experience Hearts Labile in its original intention. Sort of. Drawing clothes is hard. Burn Miss Rosehearts. I don't miss Rosehearts. I still like to think that she's just Madame Red, but with a heart on her head. Like Riddle. Have a bite on my knuckle, and it's so annoying. Oof. Dumb bugs. Indeed. Indeed. This is going to be the hardest part because I want its eyes to look pretty. An evil version of Madame Red. Madame Red was already kind of nuts, remember? Surprisingly, Miss Rosehearts is the less murderous version. He doesn't show his legs, which is sad. Yeah, I know. But we already had Kaleem, so I guess there was only so many shorts to go around. And then Ortho was too powerful. Ortho was too powerful and Riddle is already too powerful. I would have exploded if he had shorts. He already is posing so prettily. And my birthday's tomorrow, 30/20. Woo! Congratulations. I mean, we already got Riddle in shorts, but still. Yeah, we've seen him in the shorts. We've already seen him in shorts in an outfit that wasn't really something he'd wear normally anyway, so. I will do my Riddle presentation tomorrow, though. Don't worry about it. I have not forgotten. We will be getting our Riddle Rosehearts presentation. I just need to find his, PNGs for this outfit. I don't think anybody's ripped them yet, or at least I can't find the rips for them. That's all I need for this outfit. I can find everything else very easily. I have my methods. Maybe I'll try Tumblr again. That is also where I get my images from. A lot of good references. I mostly need you to have an event because you is just a background character. Yeah, you kind of is. I think that's kind of on purpose. But I mean, we're still a part of every event. We're just kind of there. And we do get outfits. It's just that we make up what our outfits look like. You as a concept. The concept of you. Ooh, those are some good. I was hoping for you to play a part in Noble Bell. We were just there. He was just there. And was kind of like the one person Rolo tolerated. I'm really channeling the CL energy with this one, aren't I? I feel like I'm drawing CL. Like, again, I always say this, have Rolo kidnap you. That gave Malleus an even bigger reason to go after Rolo. His child of man is taken. But also, Malleus is petty. I kind of find it funny that part of his motivation was just, this invitation was fake. This event was fake. You only invited me for an evil plan to try and get rid of magic? I feel insulted. CL Rosehearts. Riddle really does have all the CL energy. Even personality-wise, they kind of have like a similar little vibe going on. Like, yes, Riddle is definitely a different character from CL, but they have enough in common where I'm like, they would get along. Sort of. I just wouldn't advise prolonged interaction. But they could get along. They have similar issues. Sort of. Except, Riddle actually has, terrible parents. Sort of. We only know of his mother. And his mother's terrible. And then CL has a murderous aunt. Riddle Phantom Hive. Riddle is CL's missing twin. Forget about OCL, the real twin is Riddle. There's triplets now. Riddle is the third one that we don't mention. Riddle just about a bit taller. Yes. Yes, he is. I'm pretty sure Appel is about CL height or something. Or Ortho. CL's kind of tiny. But he's grown. But he's still kind of short. There's Sebastian is Jade's twin, and poor Floyd is confused. Jade is Sebastian of the Sea, and nobody can fight me on this. Their mannerisms are very similar. They're kind of goofy, but threatening. They're threatening yet goofy at the same time, which just makes him even more threatening. It's like, how do you make a character more intimidating? You make them a goofy goober at the same time. And then Ida's just Fire Grill. Violet. Yeah. Idia really is just a combination of those two. Like, Idia looks like Grell, but he has more of the personality and vibes of Violet, who was like the shut-in one. Yana just reusing her OCs. I mean, some of them were killed off pretty early on. Barry! I do. I do have memory. Welcome back. We're drawing CL. Not CL. I'm even confused. We're drawing Riddle Rosehearts. He's giving too much CL energy today. I got confused, but yeah, we're drawing Riddle Rosehearts. I'm talking about how much he looks like CL. And it'll forever annoy me that there's people out there who are like, well, Riddle shouldn't be like CL. He shouldn't have like the same voice as CL, but it's like, bro, look at CL and Riddle side by sides and tell me that again. Tell me that again, that they're not the same character with a different coat of paint. Idia got Violet face in how he acts, but he does have Grell's face. He got Grell's smile, that's for sure. I didn't have time to join your live stream. It's okay. I wasn't even here yesterday. I had problems. When I saw Riddle's card, I was like, that's just CL. And I say that as a compliment, too. As someone who adores both CL and Riddle, I don't think it's a bad thing to say that they're kind of similar. It's just that I do feel like they do have similar personalities, but they just are the result of two different upbringings as well. I showed my non-twist friend, but a huge fan of Black Butler Riddle, and she said, that is just CL with red hair. I forget what game it is. I think it was like, Token Rumble or something. There's another CL clone out there that exists in a gacha game. I forget his name, but there's another one. But that one looks a little bit more like a hybrid between CL and Alois. And it's hilarious. Crowley got the same VA Sebastian though, why? Because they weren't thinking. They didn't think this through. Honestly, it would have been smart if he was voicing Jade, because again, he can do the sort of Sebastian-esque voice but the Kyoya voice instead. Like, he could do Kyoya, but with Sebastian mannerisms. That's basically Jade. Jade Leech is the Sebastian of the sea. Morcio. We do need Morcio. I mean, if you got CL, you need Sebastian. Indeed. Bro, even before the English, so many people said that Sebastian should have been Jade. Exactly! I feel like that would be the appropriate casting choice. But they didn't do it because they weren't thinking things. They weren't thinking how the characters' personalities actually are. I don't know how the dubbing industry works, but I feel like there's definitely a lack of let's give these people information about the character so they can cast accordingly. Because I feel like it's just way more rushed now than it used to be in like the 90s or something. But even then, 90s dubs had their weird little hiccups. I am very picky about this topic. Like, Jade's English voice is okay, like, I like it, but you had him right there. Exactly. He's right there. It's like you can have him voice two characters. You got Matthew Mercer voicing Rook and Cruel. Like, you could have done the same thing with for Jade and Crowley having the same voice actor instead. It was 3 feet in front of you. Bro, I opened TikTok to Dolly Parton's death message yesterday, and I told my friend who was a fan of Dolly, never heard her scream so loud. Yeah, that was sad. That was sad to hear about. Especially because, like, the other day, I guess my aunt was talking about how she visited, Dollywood, like, last month or something. But I need childhood memories or anything of childhood for the next birthday line. AMPPNG jump scare. Hello, we're dealing with some lag today. I am temporarily PNG. But just look at the CL vibes on this riddle. I got confused. Welcome back, Marcus. We just got hit with the sad news about Dolly Parton. That was kind of a oof. Not just Dolly, Tim Curry too. Oh, don't hit us with more bad news. Oh, not Tim Curry. We just got hit with a double whammy. Man. But I think Dolly hits harder because she's a real one. Never forgot where she came from. Doing everything she can to help out her community. I respect it. Dolly died yesterday and Frankenfurter was announced an hour today? Oh my gosh. Man. I can't handle this right now. And then we have the Jim Cummings situation where he hasn't gotten his recognition for being like the voice of like every Disney character ever. Dolly Parton dinner theaters are an American landmark trust. Now I really wish I got to go to Tennessee. I'm too poor to do anything, man. Coincidence? I think not. Man. It's sad because, like, Dolly Parton seems like one of those celebrities who really was, like, an actual good person. Actually giving back to the community. Man. I opened Disney Plus today and Dolly Parton memories thing. Yeah, because she's like Miley Cyrus's aunt, too. Not just Tennessee, she has a Stampede location, too, in Branson, Missouri. I want to look into that more because, I'm curious. Yeah, an OC based off Dolly. Aw, that's cute. Although I feel like I haven't really been hit that hard by a celebrity death since Robin Williams. And I was like a kid when that happened too. Like I still remember hearing the news about Robin Williams. I was like at somebody else's house too. And they pulled it up on their phone and they're like, "What? No!" Like it was like it was a conversation stopper, that was. Dolly is Miley's aunt. Yeah. Like, I think she is, like, actually legit her aunt. Like, I do remember that, too, because, like, I remember watching Disney Channel and every so often there'd be, yeah, she gets started in Hannah Montana, too. Because, yeah, she is legit, like, legit her aunt, not just for the show. Something like that, yeah. Although I think she called her aunt rather than godmother. I don't know. But, like, they are related in some way. I never cried so hard. The first celeb death I cried at was Cameron Boyce. That was sad, too. I feel like that's probably, like, the second one that really hit me pretty hard. Because it's like, he was just a kid, man. He was, like, my age or something. Or, like, a little bit younger than me. That was crazy. I saw that episode of her in Hannah Montana the day after Dolly passed. Yeah. Yeah, something like that. Like, they are family. So, yeah, that's sad. The New Year's Eve parties are going to be pretty sad this year. Fun fact, Dolly was in an episode of The Magic School Bus, one which I guess makes sense since Lily Tomlin was her 925 co-star and she was the Frizz. Oh. I didn't know that. Why are you gonna make me cry more? What an emotional Wednesday. So many celebs are dying in August. Yeah. Iconic legends as well. So I don't know much about others. Yeah. First Dolly and Tim. Yeah. They better give Jim Cummings his rewards. His recognition before he passes. Because they have like a Disney Legends thing, and for some reason he hasn't been a part of it. And I think other voice actors have. Yeah. I don't think anybody ever is. Nobody is ready. Yeah, I mean, I haven't had music on my streams for a long time because it's just, it lags. I can't have my browser open with the music on in the background. The Nigel Thornberry? Ah! I didn't even know that either. I'm sad now. I remember watching that show when I was little. Tim was one of my favorite actors in Clue, Home Alone 2, and Fern Gully. I love Tim in Fern Gully. Also, a few days ago, Princess stopped from a Bug's Life. Okay, stop giving me sad news. I need happy news now, please. I just watched that. No! And then the Kingdom Hearts one. Oh my gosh. Too many news. Smashing. There's my impression of Donnie Thornberry. No, Kingdom Hearts. We just do a goofy Donnie Thornberry again. Make you laugh because I think Donnie was like one of my favorites. Kingdom Hearts is getting a series. No, wait. Ah! Kari. Well, with the new Stitch series, like, it's not the same with Leela. We need happy news. Does anybody have any happy news that they would like to share with the class? Please speak up. Happy news. Happy news only now. We need to lighten the mood. I got happy news. Apparently Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave is gonna be a Three Houses prequel. Hey, finally I have answers! Because I was not happy with Sothis' design. So I'm like, is this gonna be a sequel or a prequel? And now I'm happy that it's a prequel because I can still appreciate Sothis' design. Although, I don't know, I'm not that hyped for the game, though. Like, I want to be more interested in it, but I don't know. I need more information. So, at least knowing now it's a confirmed prequel feels better. My interest is kind of peaked again for Fire Emblem. I don't know. Because, the other Fire Emblem games so far felt very, like, Fire Emblem Heroes-esque. They didn't really feel like main series kind of games. It's like, I'm finally something that feels more main series. I gotta go. Bye-bye, Adriana. Now I can ramble a bit more about Fire Emblem. Because I wanted to know more about the lore. The lore for Three Houses. Although I do hope that when we get another major Fire Emblem game, it's gonna be another, like, original story, I guess, would be the best way to describe it. Because, like, sequels are fun. I'm not against sequels. Also, I don't know if you are into Marvel, but the official Marvel Entertainment channel has a Doomsday Clock stream to build hype for Avengers Doomsday. I'm a very casual Marvel enjoyer. Like, in comparison to everybody in my household, I know more about Marvel than they do, but then it's like, it's just very simple stuff. I'm not even like an expert on lore or anything, I just know a few things. I mean, I did see the new Spider-Man movie. I didn't remember much, though. At least from, like, whatever was the previous movie before Brand New Day. It's like, I just remembered enough, like, oh yeah, he's, like, forgotten by, like, everybody who ever knew him. That's all I remember. But I mean, I enjoy Spider-Man. Sort of. I feel like almost everybody enjoys Spider-Man. Do you know about the cartoon from the 1960s? If not, I highly recommend it. It's all on YouTube, and it's called The Marvel Superheroes, and it was the first screen adaptation of the comics. Is that where the "me and the boys" meme came from? With the Spider-Man villains? Hello, Mercury! I just listened to Born Under a Bad Sign by B.B. King. Ain't No Sunshine by Bill Withers. Ain't Gonna Hurt Nobody by Brick. And Turn the Beat Around by Vicki Robinson. Hey, welcome! Adriana has left, but Marcus is here. We've been yapping about things. things been happening? I have to be a PNG today. Oh yeah, Riddle's presentation is still gonna be tomorrow. And then I'm just gonna be here Friday because I wasn't here Tuesday. There are things out of my control. So that's annoying. But I will make up for it on Friday. We will be yapping. As we sad posted a bit earlier because some devastating news. Yeah. I'm the queen of country. Hopefully, it was at least a nice family outing. Yeah. I kind of like how they were also telling people to donate to the Imagination Library. Again, she's a real one. Yeah. Have you guys ever gotten anything from the Imagination Library? I have not, but that could also just be because I'm not really that close to the regions where it's more needed. But I feel like it's important now more than ever, you know? Given we're kind of going through a literary crisis. We need to make sure more children learn how to read properly. Because the schools are not doing a good job. I think I've mentioned this before a few times already, but like I am extremely critical of the government's education system. I've been through the US education system. I have words. I have angry words to describe the system. Especially with how many iPad kids have to suffer through Cocomelon and AI slop. And the school boards don't help either. You're so focused on testing and equity or whatever that it's like you forgot that you have to teach kids how to actually read and not how to just pass tests. We need people who know how to read and actually comprehend what they're reading. And not just, oh, does this make you feel happy? Sad? How does this make you feel? Like, we don't need that. We need more reading comprehension. Like, do you understand what you're reading? Do you know what's happening? Are you able to understand what the author is actually trying to say rather than your own personal interpretation? Do you understand how words work? Seriously, I think it's stupid that they don't teach phonics anymore. Because there's exceptions to the rules. Then just teach about the exceptions to the rules! You still need phonics! The English language is not the same as, like, other languages with, like, symbols or whatever. Like, come on, man. Bring back phonics. What was your first mistake? Also, the education system hates fun and doesn't understand that strict things like tests don't give kids what they really need to learn. That's why I always loved apps like iStation as a kid. Yeah, or like, you know, the computer lab games. Basically, computer lab was like a really good way to kind of like expand upon the stuff that the kids were already learning through like educational games while also teaching them how to use a computer. I have many choice words about the education system. Especially because, like, there used to be more, like, extracurriculars and or, like, things that weren't just preparing you for college, you know, like, actual life skills. Because it's like, oh, well, the parents are supposed to teach you how to do your taxes. But, like, what if your parents don't even know how to properly do their taxes? What if they pay other people to do their taxes? You didn't think of that, did you? Now you have a bunch of kids who don't know how to do their taxes because you didn't bother teaching them how to do their taxes because you were like, oh, well, your parents are supposed to teach you how to do your taxes. Or like home economics. Basically like how to cook a pancake. But it's like, yeah, some schools have it as electives, but it's like, nah, I don't think it should be elective. Financial literacy shouldn't be an elective. Home economics shouldn't be an elective. That should be like mandatory life skills that people need to learn. Because not everybody's going to be able to learn it from home. Even though people want to think that, oh, well, that's the parents' job. Well, yeah, I mean, kind of, but at the same time, not every parent is a good parent. And school should be reinforcing some of those basic skills. Instead of just test-taking machines. Also, the education system. Oh. Riddle, my beloved, hello, Ida lover. What an awkward time to come in. I am ranting. But isn't Riddle pretty? Oh, look at Riddle. He's so cute. What was I doing again? Oh yeah, the college. Also, speaking of money, I never learned how to do money math in grade school, even elementary. The most I learned were how forms of payment work. I learned the important stuff at home. Yeah, it's like, that's the whole point of, like, education, is that, oh, you're learning things in school, and then parents are supposed to be reinforcing it even more, especially if the kid isn't getting it in school. Also, like, my sister hated reading. Like, she hated it. She was like a very hyperactive kind of a child. So, like, it was hard for her to actually sit down and read, and she kind of had, like, a little bit of a speech impediment. It was funny. I was talking to her once, and she was like, did they ever have to take you to the back of the class in elementary school to, like, read? And I'm like, no. And she's like, oh. Oh. That's not normal. She needed that extra help, you know? She had a little bit of a stutter. Not even a stutter, it was more like she had one of those like things where she couldn't really pronounce her R's very well. Or like W's or something. So like she needed extra help with stuff like that. But she didn't really need any help with math classes. I was the one who needed more math help. Honestly, I think schools focus way too much on math that isn't applicable for everybody, for everyday situations after grade school, and should focus way more on money math. Yeah. Money. And, like, stuff that's more, like, not, like... I think a little bit of geometry is helpful for people. Because that can also involve money math, you know? Because, like, if you're gonna put carpet in your new house, you should be able to figure out how much carpet you need so that way you don't overspend or like have too little material while you're putting carpet in your house. Practical money math, practical geometry. Not everybody needs to learn calculus and rocket science math. But everybody should learn how money works. It's like really important. Prodigy, my beloved. I was always good at language arts though. Like I was better at like reading stuff than I was with math and numbers. Like I know basic math stuff. I know my fractions. See, fractions are important because baking. And everybody should know how to bake something or cook something simple. Everybody needs to know how to cook their own food or how to use a freaking rice maker or something. I'll come back to this later. Slag. Also, more art-related extracurriculars. Children need more art in their life. Like, we don't need to just focus on athletics and trying to get the next NFL players or whatever. We need to actually, like, be able to encourage children's other interests. Because it's always funny when people are like, you shouldn't be doing art or whatever. It's children's stuff. But it's like, who makes the children's programming? Who makes the Disney movies? Who makes your DreamWorks movies? It's adults, you dingus. It is a real job. Same, reading, writing, history, and social studies were my best, though. I also loved science, especially space and natural science. Yeah, I was more of like an art person anyway. I was lucky enough to have parents that were very understanding of the fact that yes, art is a career option. It's a bit of a trickier one, but it's still worth it. You know? It's like, it's not something that is just a waste of time, because there's people who still think that it's like a waste of time. Got that backwards thinking. That is a nice hand. The Fitness Gram Pacer Test is a multi-stage aerobic capacity test where participants run back and forth across 20-meter distance to keep time with the audio beeps. Bruh, I hated gym class. Bruh, I hated it. I was not the athletic type. I'm also not a very competitive person either, so it was even more annoying when it's like, they're yelling at you like, hey, do better or whatever, like, get motivated, kick the ball, all that stuff, and I'm just like, it's 5, it's like 8 in the morning right now, I don't want to be here. I keep forgetting that my school started like an hour early compared to like other high schools in the area, so like, if you had gym class first thing in the morning, you were outside at like 8 in the morning. You're outside at like 8 in the morning having to do gym class, and I'm just like, I don't want to be here. It's too early for this. I don't know, I feel like there should be like options, I guess, for like, do you want to start your day off earlier or later? Like, do you want to start school at like 7 in the morning, or do you want to start later in the day? Because I don't know, I like getting stuff done early, even though I don't like waking up early. I'm like, I'd rather get all this over with now than later. But there's always people kind of talking about like, I think we should be starting later in the day. I think we need to start at like 12 in the afternoon. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know about that. But then again, there are jobs where it's like you don't start at like a normal 9 to 5. You start much later than that. That's literal abuse, Loki. I'll go and listen to Ain't No Love in the Heart of the City by Bobby Bland. Be Thankful for What You Got by William Duvall. Bye, Marcus. Bye, Amby. Bye, Mercury. I'd be rambling too much about my dislike of the American education system. I am allowed to criticize it. I went through it. And I have a younger sister who also went through the same thing. And you could see how quickly they loved changing up the curriculum every, like, other year. It was so annoying. Like, every year they did something different. My sister's like, I never learned how to read a map. I'm like, how did you not learn how to read a map? We had the same teachers. She's like, I never learned how to read a map. And I'm like, but we had an atlas. We had a book of maps as in children. We were learning the same things. How do you not know how to read a map? Or point to locations on a map. I mean, it's like, I know maps are technically outdated, but I still think that they're important when you're out in the middle of nowhere. And you have to rely on them trail maps at the local parks. See, that's why I still think we need to learn how to read maps, because they're still useful. You're not going to get internet access everywhere, and I feel like you don't need internet access everywhere. If you're out in the woods touching grass, you don't need your smartphone. They should only be there for emergencies. Maps aren't outdated, what do you mean? Well, you don't need them to drive your car anymore. But yes, there's people out there who don't know how to read a map, or don't know where any countries are on a map. They exist. There's people in the United States who don't know where their state is on a frickin' map. Not just maps, we need more cursive being taught too, reading and writing. Yeah! I still know how to read and write cursive. Look, I can write Riddle. Sorry, my handwriting was always sloppy to begin with. My S's were always black though, so. But see, I know how to write cursive. It's sloppy cursive, but I know how to write it. I can still kind of read an analog clock. It just takes me a while. Although if it has Roman numerals, I'm sorry, I don't remember my Roman numerals well enough. That's what makes finding Black Butler volumes hard for me, because they have the Roman numerals and I keep forgetting, where did I leave off? And I have to rely on the cover art. I think the US versions of Black Butler are the only ones that do that. Where instead of having like the regular numbers, they have the Roman numerals. Because I think other languages don't do it, and I don't think the Japanese version does it. I think it's only the English version that does that, or at least the English version in like the US or something. Which, you know, I appreciate that detail, because Black Butler is very, like, Victorian-era Europe. Like, I respect that, but also Roman numerals help. I forget how they work. Like, I can only remember up to, like, 5, 10, maybe. When we start getting more numbers, it takes me a while to figure it out, because, like, I don't know, the X's confuse me. Unfortunately, I think we have to stop here, sadly. But look how much we got done! We got the nice pretty line art! We got the nice pretty line art done. Which means that tomorrow, if I finish most of the line art, offline, because there's just a few little details that need to be done here. Like, most of this is already done. But then tomorrow we can, like, well, Friday, I guess, we can color it. Because tomorrow is Riddle's birthday presentation. Riddle's outfit presentation. We will be talking about Riddle's outfits. We'll be admiring Riddle Rosehearts tomorrow. It has been fun. Very fun. But yeah, we'll kind of continue a little bit of our original scheduled programming of Thursday is the presentation. Which means that I'm gonna have to come up with one for next week again because I want to make this a thing. I want to make this a thing for like every Thursday. We're gonna just go over every character's outfits, and it's gonna be at like random. I already know who we've done so far, so that'll be fun. See you tomorrow for Riddle's outfit presentation. Bye bye.